What's up, you guys? This is Joseph Darling on the Men of High Value channel. My job is to help you to become a better leader through focus and discipline. And today we're going to talk about how ejaculation affects your goals. So first we need to talk about a very fundamental thing that we don't think about, and that is desire. Desire is so fundamental that it even happens in the womb. That's where we develop a desire. We develop a desire for nutrition, for eventually water, air. All those things go with us throughout our lives. And those are needs, if you're talking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, those are needs that are at the foundation of his pyramid. And those things are food, water, sleep, and warmth. And then we have sex. Like, why is sex on that list? So that's what we're talking about today. If you want to stay updated on how my semen retention is working out as my wife is in America, then stay tuned because I'm going to mention that in this video. So with desire, you've got those needs that have now developed naturally in us. We feel those needs. So, for example, if I get hungry, then I look for opportunities to fulfill that need. If I'm cold, I'll look for opportunities to get warm. And if I'm horny, then I'll look for ways to fulfill that need. And today with an iPhone, it's become very, very easy, but it's not as powerful as it should be. So, because masturbation is just a simple waste. So let's take an example. I like to think of goals in terms of three different things. We have relationships, we have health, and we've got finances. And in terms of finances, let's say, for example, your goal is $1 million as your net worth. Then that $1 million, you don't feel on your body. It's not like, ow, I feel the $1 million that I desire. Now I desire it because I felt it on my body. No, that desire is actually developed over time once you understand how the world works. That if you've got money, then you were able, you're given more opportunities. And with those opportunities, you can do more good and you can accomplish more of your goals, etc., etc. What about health? The only time that you naturally gravitate towards looking at opportunities when it comes to health is if you feel pain. Like, if your health is super duper, you don't think about goals when it comes to your health unless you're actually developing those desires and developing those goals on your own. It's not your body that is developing that goal and that need. Does that make sense? It's you developing it. So it's kind of like you have all these things that your body is naturally within you developing. Again, back to food. If you eat and you finish eating, it's not like your body's now reminding you constantly that right now you are getting hungry. And in 2.5 hours or 3 hours, you're going to get hungry. And then the next minute, your body is like, you're hungry in about 2 to 3 hours. And then the next minute, you're going to be hungry. It's not like do you understand what I mean? It doesn't follow you consistently. It's like, now it becomes a need, now I need it. And just like with money and pain in terms of health, it doesn't come unless you actually seek for it or you actually feel it on your body. So when it comes to sex, now this one you can actually feel. It's actually that desire for sex increases over time so that eventually you will feel a need for sex. It's so interesting that in that Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you've got on the pyramid, you've got all those different things, and it includes sex on the bottom of that pyramid as a foundational need for life. Well, I don't really think that that is necessary. Because I believe the only reason why sex is at the bottom of that pyramid as a foundational need for life is because of ejaculation. And why is that? It's because of overproduction. Once you develop in your teens, it's like this new thing that is happening to you. You're beginning to feel certain feelings, and then you masturbate and ejaculate. And it's like, whoa, okay, that's new. And then you grow up throughout your teenage years, and that becomes like a habit of masturbation. And then you kind of grow out of that, hopefully, and you now begin to have other goals. And the only way to achieve goals that you now are looking for is through focus and discipline. If you're not focused, you're not going to achieve big, hairy, audacious goals. If you're diversified, you're not going to achieve those big, hairy, audacious goals either. So you have to learn how to focus. And that teenager who keeps masturbating and keeps watching porn, think about what's happening on with his subconscious. Because we have a subconscious that is now called in science reticular activating system that works in the background continuously to help us to find opportunities to achieve our goals. So if that is continually working in our background and we're producing sperm continuously all the time, if there's an overproduction of sperm, then it will want to be expelled and it will want to impregnate a beautiful woman. And so your reticular activating system will be looking for opportunities to do so, instead of looking for opportunities to progress your finances, to progress your business, to achieve your goals, to get better health, to do all the things that you want to achieve with your life. They won't be thinking about that. You might be thinking about that maybe a part of the day, but then a large part of the day as well, if you're among beautiful women, you'll be thinking about, well, this woman, I like her, and then I like her, and then I like her. And you will be distracted. You will be diversified from the goal at hand. If you're going to chop a full forest of 100 trees, you don't do one chop on each tree until they all fall down at the same time. You do 100 chops on one tree, and then it falls down, and then you go to the next one. This is the exact same thing when you want to achieve your goals. You want to chop one goal at a time until it's achieved. And if you do that, you end up going much, much faster towards your goal. An example, I'm married. And when I was with my wife and my 3 kids, and I was working as a self-employed, not having an outside office from my house, what ended up happening is that I ended up working concentrated maybe 1 hour per day. That's like ridiculous. And my wife felt she needed me a lot at home because 3 kids is a handful when they're, very young, below the age of 8. And so I've kind of helped her throughout that whole process, and that slowed down my business massively. Think about it now. Now that she's in the States, I actually can work my 12-hour days or 14-hour days. That means that I'm speeding the process 12 to 14 times faster than if I was actually with her continuously and having 1 hour a day building my businesses or building my finances. Eventually I'd get there because of the compounding effect, but what a waste of time. What a waste of efforts when we could just do it quickly, get it over with, and move on to the next thing. That's my whole point of if you ejaculate, it sends a signal to your body that we need some more production. And once the more production has started, then you want to ejaculate again, or else you get anxious, nervous, or emotional, and you want to ejaculate again, which you then do, and then that creates another overproduction, and then you have to do the same process. It's like a lifelong process. Do you really want that lifelong process? It's really distracting and disturbing. What if you could use your semen retention to actually lower your need, bring it back to normal levels, so that sex is not at the bottom of your personal Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but it's actually gone up 2 steps, past safety and now to love and belonging. What if you could have sex be as part of that? Now that's taking things to another level. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. In terms of update of me, this is like day 38. I'm not watching porn, not doing any masturbation. My wife's in the States, and I'm going to keep on going for the next 5 months, as you know, if you've been subscribed to my channel. Make sure that you do subscribe if you like this video. If you want some more information, there's lots more to share. Comment down below, and I'll see you again tomorrow.